Welcome to the 2017 Cooper River Bridge Run Show. I'm Vanessa Hill. We'll be bringing you some exciting coverage of the 40th annual Cooper River Bridge Run. We'll also check in with some runners before and after the race just to see how they've prepared themselves both mentally and physically. The Cooper River Bridge Run is one of the best organized and the best conducted 10K races in the entire world and promotes continuous physical activity and a healthy lifestyle. Let's check in with the race director, Julian Smith, to see what he has to say about this year's amazing event.
My name's Julian Smith and I'm the executive director of the Cooper River Bridge Run. Cooper River Bridge Run is the third largest 10K in the United States, and we're one of the top 25 races in the world. There's so many moving parts to the race. We have over 2,000 law enforcement agencies that come in from all over the state to work the event. We have 4,000 volunteers. 1,500 of the volunteers come from our 15 charities. The Bridge Run is turning 40 years old this year, and every day for 40 days we're doing events and giveaways. Every day we're giving away like 5 different things, and at the end of the 40 days we're giving away a Carnival cruise, a Boeing watch, and a car. We're having an exhibit at the Charleston Museum for 8 days. They'll have all 40 years of the shirts and all 40 years of the posters on hand, and a lot of memorabilia from the 40 years will be on exhibit. So that's one of the events. The next day we're doing the Battle of the Bands. 5 of the best bands have been narrowed down for the Battle of the Bands, and they will be playing at the Yorktown, battling it out to see who plays at the top of the bridge. So every day there's something going on and lots of giveaways during the 40 days. We do a kids run. Our kids run's at Hampton Park the day before the race. The Bridge Run Expo is amazing because we have over 230 booths that we sell. People in the community with health and wellness come out for it. Yeah, also the runners all come to pick up their race packets and get information about the race, where to catch a bus, where the drop-off points are, what happens during the race, and where the mile markers are, and where the water stations and first aid stations are. Yeah, I want to thank all of our sponsors, our 4,000 volunteers and the whole Bridge Run team, and our board of directors, which helped me put this wonderful event in the community, because it takes the community to put the Bridge Run on. Thanks for everything.
Getting 40,000 people to come out to an event like this one really takes some organization. Now, this competition brings in runners from all over the world. It also broadens the community cooperation and participation in healthy events throughout the year. The Cooper River Bridge Run serves as a model of health motivation and raises funds for public education on the importance of exercise. The race begins in Mount Pleasant, just past Shem Creek. Now, there are approximately 40,000 runners and walkers waiting to get started. Let's hear what they have to say.
This is my second time doing the Bridge Run.
So this is my very first Bridge Run ever, and I'm excited to run it finally, and I've seen it happen for like all my life living here, and I'm finally going to run it.
I've done it the past 6 years, so do it one more time.
I was like trying to think of like some beautiful story, but no, I just like to run, and it's beautiful in Charleston, so I figured why not, yeah.
I feel great. I'm a little nervous about what I hear about the incline because I'm from Chicago and I call myself a flatlander, so I'm not used to hills or inclines. So I'm sure this will be a little bit challenging for me.
My My favorite part is actually like the live music. The first year I did it, I was like, oh, maybe I'll wear headphones. And I wore them for a little bit, and then just like live music the whole way is just the best part.
I would say when you get over the bridge and you see all the people downtown right when you get off, and it's just wonderful, and they're all cheering and excited. Yeah.
Probably the end and maybe getting a beer.
It's the 40th year anniversary, so I thought that would be a great time. And it's just a nice run. I like all the camaraderie and the bands playing. It's a good time.
And they're off. The race is well underway, and it looks like the wave start was successful in keeping the racers both organized and safe. The Cooper River Bridge Run generates a spirit of community involvement and volunteerism. It's a special community event in the Charleston area and also brings in runners from all over the world. Now, sponsoring the Bridge Run is a perfect way for businesses to become involved and give back to the community. We want to thank all of our sponsors for this year's race. Let's check in with a couple of them now.
Mercedes-Benz Vans had a great time at the Cooper River Bridge Run last year, and we are excited to participate in the 40th anniversary. A lot has changed in a year here at MB Vans, and I want to show you how we've prepared this year's race. As soon as the race ended last year and Easter began, we were already preparing for 2017. We even trained during the Christmas season. In between our trainings, we've met some really great people. Some who have joined our team and some who are partners in the Charleston community. That's why we love taking part in the Expo, Charity Beer Garden and Finish Festival and meeting all of you. As our plant expands, our team here has grown, and so has our MBV race team. Last year, we have had more than 50 participants, and this year you will see more than 100 shirts with the Mercedes-Benz star on race day. We are ready for this year's race, because after all we are Born to Run!
This is Harris Teeter's first year involved with the Cooper River Bridge Run. We're thrilled to be a part of such an iconic race, the 40th anniversary. Harris Teeter's roots run pretty deep in the Charleston community, so we're really excited about the opportunity to get involved this year. Harris Teeter is joining the Cooper River Bridge Run this year as the official grocery sponsor and also as the official water sponsor. So not only will we have our volunteers out at Marion Square for the Finish Festival distributing fruit, bagels, and muffins, we also have 3 trucks along the race course distributing water to all the runners. We have great partnerships here with the food banks in Charleston, with our schools through our Together in Education program. We support nonprofits throughout all the communities, and so to enhance our support in the Charleston community by joining the Cooper River Bridge Run, it's just another way to demonstrate that true community partner feel that Harris Teeter wants to give. Harris Teeter is committed to not only serving our communities, but also being a place where people can come and live a healthy lifestyle. We want to support that healthy lifestyle inside our stores through our excellent selection of organic produce, wonderful products, as well as being involved in events such as the Cooper River Bridge Run that enhance and support a healthy lifestyle. It's a great time for Charleston. It's a wonderful opportunity for the economy, for tourism, so we're really thrilled to be a part of it.
Hi, I'm Ashley Blackstone. Thank you for being with us for the 2017 Cooper River Bridge Run Show. This year, the Cooper River Bridge Run teamed up with MUSC to host an all-new Health and Wellness Expo. This event, which took place at the Charleston Gilliard Center, offered free products and services devoted to both physical and mental health. Let's check it out now.
Welcome to the Charleston Health and Wellness Expo. It's all about kicking off the new year and getting healthy and well. And we have 90 health professionals here to give you the tools to get well. We want this to be part of the legacy of the Bridge Run, to provide this Health and Wellness Expo every year, the beginning of the year, to start the race out. We haven't done it in 10 years, so it's nice to bring this back to the community. And we're real happy to provide these services to the community.
I would recommend coming here. It's an enjoyable experience, and you couldn't ask for a nicer group of people.
The Cooper River Bridge Run is an exciting time for everyone in the community, both adults and kids. Did you know that every year Hampton Park is host to the Kids Run and Wonderfest? Check out some of the best moments from this year's event. This year marks the Cooper River Bridge Run's 40th anniversary. To get a sense of how the race has progressed over the last 40 years, let's check in with a few people, including the founder of the Bridge Run, Dr. Marcus Newberry.
When I started the run, during my residency, I had gone up to about 225 pounds. And I decided it was time for me to do something about that, so I started running. And I had some people that I ran with at the time, Norman Walsh and Dewey Wise. And I remember when I was with Norman, I said, Norman, we're going to start a run. We're going to run the bulls through the streets. And he said, well, if you're going to do that, you ought to do it over the only mountain in town. And the only mountain in town was the bridge. So that's what started it. But it was a warm day, and we ran at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. And I think there were about 300 or so people, 200 or 300 people that started, but I'm told there were about 700 who finished. So there were people joining, along the way.
I was managing a restaurant at the time, and I had to close it that Saturday night. And when the alarm went off, it was a little, dicey. I was thinking, hit the alarm, go back to bed. Luckily, I made that first one. I'm glad I've started the tradition and now kept it up.
Mark Newberry contacted me, and I decided to introduce legislation in Columbia to require the Highway Department to close the bridge for the bridge run. As I recall, the following year, we totally closed the old Grace Bridge and ran the race on that. And I well remember running a race over that Grace Bridge, and the whole bridge was just swaying and up and down with these hundreds of runners going across it. It was pretty frightening. So fortunately, they didn't have to do that very many years.
The first year was running on a Sunday morning, and the people were coming out of church when we ran down King Street, and here comes people with shorts running, and that's sort of weird. That's the only time they did it that way, but from that time on, the thing just took off. I do remember those first races because I used to be able to see the leaders going up the bridge. And now I'm so far back that the leaders are already finished before I even get started. So that's a big difference.
In Charleston, we don't have many. It's the low country, it's flat, and we don't have many hills, of course. So the challenge of the hill was there with the Cooper River. Then as the years go by, it becomes more of a challenge with myself that I'm going to keep it going.
They take pictures, of course, from the scaffolding over the starting line, and the pictures are impressive. But it's not quite like being on that scaffolding and looking out and seeing a crowd of people from edge to edge all the way back to Sea Island Shopping Center.
It's a very satisfying feeling to see where the race has come over these years. I'm just proud to have had a small hand at the very beginning and getting it going.
Somebody asked me here recently if I thought that it would make it to 40 times. And my answer was, yeah, I knew it would take it to 40 times. I just didn't know I would be there to see it. That's all I could tell them. Thank you very much.
Let's run over to the Charleston Area Convention Center to see this year's vendors at the Cooper River Bridge Run Expo. The expo is all about health and wellness and giving visitors an opportunity to check out some cool vendors while picking up their race packets.
Congratulations, we got over it. Let's go to the finish line to talk to some of the runners and get their take on how the run went for them. We'll also check out Marion Square, where there are lots of activities for runners and kids after the race.
Gosh, 40 years. I cannot believe it. It's astounding. I can't believe it's been going on for this long.
Feels great. That last stretch, It just feels good when everyone's cheering you on, the bells are ringing, and it just pumps you up. It'd be hard to feel what they were in there.
I feel okay. Not my best race, but it's over. I'm out here.
Feels awesome. We've been doing this for over 10 years now, maybe 15 actually, so it's special being here for the 40th.
Yeah, no, it's pretty neat. You know, fun to be a part of like a milestone version of it versus just another one, but yeah, it's a good time.
I've done it for 13 years now, and this year I came back after a 4-year absence, so this is my 14th year. And it's always exciting. It's always a great local race. And it's also to see good people coming from around the world to run this race. It's one of the top races in the world, and why not come here?
Why did I run the race? Because my family did it, and my grandfather's run like 10 of them, so, you know, just family tradition.
My mom ran it like 25 years ago and was like, you have to do this. So I did.
I've lived here for like 2 years. My wife's, this is her 6th year here, so she's run it a couple times, but I always somewhat avoided it for the crowds, but you know, it turned out really well, and actually it wasn't nearly as bad as I feel like people make it out to be.
You know, the bridge wasn't the hardest, it was actually the last 2 miles were hardest for me, so.
I would say the hardest part is the 4th mile coming down the hill. I mean, that sounds kind of weird, but just that long stretch, and there's not a lot of like obstacles like pick out, so I would say that was the hardest.
The downhill was great, yeah. And coming through town with all the people cheering, that was really nice, all the locals.
Happy 40th anniversary, Cooper River Bridge Run.
Happy 40th birthday, Cooper River Bridge Run.
Happy 40th Cooper River Bridge Run. Happy 40th birthday.
Happy 40th.
Happy 40th birthday, Cooper River Bridge Run.
Happy 40th birthday, Cooper River Bridge Run.
Happy 40th birthday, Cooper River Bridge Run.
Happy 40th.
Happy 40th. Happy 40th birthday, Cooper River Bridge Run.
From professional athletes to first-time runners, the Cooper River Bridge Run caters to participants from all walks of life. None of this would be possible without the dedication and hard work of the volunteers and vendors. We had the pleasure of speaking with this year's Joseph P. Riley Award winners, Janice Newton and Susan Johnson. Let's hear what they have to say about this great event.
I'm so grateful to be a recipient of the Joseph P. Riley Award, especially that it's the 40th anniversary.
It kind of came out of left field for me. There's so many in the community that contribute to health and wellness, so to be picked from all of the ones that do such a wonderful job was an honor.
MUSC is on a journey with our Imagine MUSC 2020 strategic plan, and one of our 5 goals is to build healthy communities.
Building healthy communities really does align with the Cooper River Bridge Run. All ages can get out and do that. It's just such a healthy and fun event for our community.
We always want to try and take opportunities to give back to our community, especially events that are health promoting.
Right now we have a lot of charities that are affiliated with the race, and we are one of the sponsors of the race. So I think MUSC always has a special place in their heart for the Cooper River Bridge Run.
What a great way to celebrate all that we've been able to accomplish, and I look forward to the next 40 years.
We want to thank Boeing for once again sponsoring this year's Cooper River Bridge Run. Boeing has been a great addition to the community here in Charleston.
When you hear the name Boeing,
do you think of airplanes?
Of course you do.
More than 70% of the commercial airplanes flying today
were built by Boeing.
And looking to the future, our orders are strong.
especially for the 787s we build.
Right here in South Carolina.
But did you know we built more than just airplanes here at Boeing, South Carolina?
We design and build propulsion systems.
We're using robotics to develop the future of aerospace.
We create innovative solutions.
We do scientific experiments.
And we do a lot of math.
We build interiors.
And soon we'll be painting the exterior too.
We fly high!
And we dig deep.
Because being at home in the low country means being part of the community.
We've donated more than $25 million to South Carolina charities.
And we volunteered for more than 400 community projects.
We're in classrooms.
And marshes.
Because while our airplanes fly high,
We're also down to earth. And we're proud to be home here in South Carolina.
Well, what a fantastic event again this year. Now, from the opening parties to race day, and with so many people out in Marion Square, I think we can call this year a successful event. We really want to thank everyone who participated in this great event, especially our friend Julian Smith and his wonderful Bridge Run team. You know, they really do a great job of organizing this fun health awareness event. I hope you all enjoyed this year's annual Cooper River Bridge Run show. I'm Vanessa Hill, glad to be here. Hope you'll be here again next year.